Have you ever watched Dr. Horrible's sing along? It's a it's a sing it's Neil Patrick Harris and Felicia Day and the guy off of Firefly. I can't remember his name right off.
I've heard about
Nathan
it.
Fillion.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't know if I've
Sing along blog. Yeah, there we go.
I have. I don't think I have, but I have heard of it.
Okay, it is fantastic. One of the best musicals that I've ever seen, and with the cast is just top notch.
Yeah.
You want to know who directed that?
Was it Joss?
It was
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. You can never say his name. You have to go Joss Whedon. Try it at home.
It's the pause, the pregnant pause.
So it is rumored out there that Joss Whedon is rumored to be directing the Flash Supergirl musical crossover. And there is actually a Flash Supergirl musical crossover because both have been in Glee. If Joss comes over to DC to direct this, it's going to be phenomenal.
Now, what's crazy is I think I might have even shared the video to the Nerd Cave. Like all the people who were in these DC TV shows that are musically inclined. Like I had watched the first 3 seasons of Glee. I mean, I tapered off.
Oh, he was gone. Oh,
I like acapella
oh
singing.
my God.
I'm a huge
It was
Pitch Perfect.
awful.
Pitch Perfect, and all that stuff. I was huge into it. I love, like I said, I love acapella. But I had completely forgot that Grant Gustin was in Glee until I watched that. And then, of course,
Joe is in Rent.
Yeah,
He's from Rent.
He's one of the bigger people in Rent. So I like to say he's one of, there's like the big five.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of musical numbers. So, I mean, Flash and Supergirl, I mean, it's for a musical, it is a star-studded cast for that. So I think that they will be perfect to do a musical episode.
And this is not just one episode. This is a two-parter, 2-episode crossover deal. So I'm assuming one will be on Flash, one will be on Supergirl.
That's how they usually do it. And I don't know if y'all know this about me. It might be one of my tidbits that I don't usually I'm too vocal about, but I'm a huge musical fan.
No, I know you are.
Like, Hairspray, Sound of Music,
Hamilton,
Rent. I want to watch Hamilton. Like, I've watched like YouTube videos and stuff. It looks so good.
Yeah, I listen to Hamilton like nonstop.
But I'm excited.
If you watch Hamilton, you just got my joke. There's a song called Nonstop.
But back to Joss Whedon.
I think this is going to be great. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog was a great musical. I hated to see it end. But the songs were so catchy and so good. And Neil Patrick Harris has such a good voice.
Oh, my God.
Nathan Fillion did, too, and so did Felicia Day. I think it was such a great thing. And I hated that they pulled it off Netflix because Netflix is like, oh, we're going to pull everything that you love off of here.
Yeah. But you got to think, a lot of your actors have had
musical theater backgrounds.
So a lot of them, they might not be able to sing, amazingly, but they're able to hold a tune because, I'm not trying to sound all scientific and whatnot, but there was a study done where your vocal cords are like an instrument. The more you practice singing, the better you'll get at it. So, I mean, technically anybody has the ability to sing.
Yeah.
It's just how much time you're willing to put in
How much
it.
time you're willing to train your vocal cords. Because
Exactly.
everybody's like, oh, I can't sing. And you're like, just like...
You can. I mean, you're not going to be, front stage, on stage at a concert singing to people. But, I mean, you can sing. You just have to work. Let me take it to your dirt.
Oh, I was thinking Hamilton.
Oh, I was thinking
For
Rihanna.
mind at work. For mind at work. Anyway. Staying in the DC universe, Shazam's producers say that
Seducers.
that the film's success and failures won't affect their movies, the DC films, such as Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad, and I'll jump into my Suicide Squad review
Please
here in a
do,
minute.
because I still want to see it.
From New Line's upcoming Shazam, film won't be impacted by the performance of Warner Brothers' latest DC movies, according to the producer, Danny Garcia. We have incredible autonomy over this brand and franchise. We'll be able to control the tone and voice of the film on our terms. I like that. I like that it can be something totally different, but still be inside the DC cinematic universe. The Rock playing Black Adam, I think, is a phenomenal choice. I can't wait to see who they get to play as Billy and as Shazam or Captain Marvel, whichever way they're going. I'm sure they'll go Shazam because they don't want the battle of Captain Marvels.
Yeah, like I've been thinking about that too. Shazam is clearly the best name that they could go with. But what's going to be different about this one is, with Billy being a kid, it's going to have a lot more humor than what you're going to see in a lot of your, other DC movies. Besides Suicide Squad, I'm sure with their, reshooting and everything, they had more, comedic stuff in it. But, when you watch any of the animated movies and stuff with Shazam in it, it's like Billy is always, joking around, and even as Shazam, he's still a kid.
Yeah.
But he is, a rival to Superman just about.
Yeah, and him being magical, like he actually has an advantage over Superman, like because Superman's weaker against magic, so Superman can't overpower Shazam.
Yeah.
At the same time. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will star as Black Adam, and capturing the right tone for his character is the utmost importance, said Garcia. The producer also said they're currently working on the script and don't mind taking their time as they work towards the film's April 5th, 2019 release. I think that's the biggest thing, is you have to take your time with these products. Like, you cannot rush them to market.
Which, I know we've all said that we've enjoyed, Batman versus Superman, but it had a rushed feel to it.
In a way, I could see where you're going with that.
With the pacing and all that stuff, if you just, breathe, take your time, and come up with, good sound ideas. I mean, you're going to have, especially with superhero stuff right now, that stuff sells like crack cocaine.
And it's got so much material that you can pull from. And I think with BVS, it was them not putting in that extra 30 minutes that flashed out a lot of things. I think they were trying to get it under a certain amount, so people were like, oh my God, that's a 3-hour movie.
You're talking about the extended edition.
The extended edition. So I think if they would have put that out there, it would have been much better. Or cut some stuff that didn't need to be in there. Either one,
like cut out a lot of that Lex Luthor crap.
Now, we have a question from Nick Vikinghorn
Caputo.
This comes about the Vin Diesel versus The Rock dispute. He said, is Vin Diesel being a Rudy Poo candy? I'm not going to say that on air. Or is The Rock being a drama queen? And this all stems from several issues that have been going on with the shoot of Furious 8 or Fast 8. It's Fast 8. That this has been going on for quite some time, and it kind of escalated when Vin Diesel was like, I'm not coming in at 7 a.m. to shoot, so the production had to be pushed back to 10 a.m. when he would come back. And what happened is The Rock just kind of exploded on social media, calling out Vin Diesel as unprofessional, and then The Rock apparently Vin apparently confronted The Rock in The Rock's trailer, but nothing has been solved. So
I'm just going to say I would not be confronting The Rock because I don't care how big
no.
The Rock would kill.
Oh, yeah. A huge supporter of Vin Diesel from day one, but when you start thinking that you're such a big star and that you're not willing to work with your crew, that's when there's problems.
Exactly.
And when the highest paid actor in the freaking world is working his butt off,
you need to be working.
You need to be working your butt off too, because if y'all didn't hear one of our, I think it was last episode or the one before that, The Rock is the highest paid actor in the world right now.
One thing, like, you know, we've always had the Vin Diesel thing on here, and you know, I've always rolled my eyes jokingly.
Yeah.
I love Vin Diesel. I've loved him in, you know, Pitch Black, The Pacifier, all these great movies.
Mm-hmm.
But just like you said, you cannot come in with the mentality that this is my show. I'm gonna do what I want, and you're gonna have to deal with it. That's exactly how Vin Diesel sounds, just like this.
Yeah, but when he's not on camera, he sounds like that.
But you can't come in with, like, you know, on your high horse, because yeah, you know, you've been in this all the way, but up until the Rock came onto this, it was starting
to wane,
to wither away.
Wayne.
Dwayne. But and the Rock kind of revitalized the Fast and Furious franchise. So when you have someone like the Rock that is putting in, you know, so much extra time into a movie that you're directing and
producing and all of that.
Hello. I mean,
yeah.
Come on, man.
When the cast is backing the Rock, you know you've got some work to do to mend that.
Explaining to do.
You know, and it would be the same as, you know, me going into us filming something, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not getting up until 12. You can record without me until I'm ready. You know, it would be the same way when you and Derek are putting in the work. It's a douche move. That's the only way.
It is, and Vin Diesel, everybody. There's a lot of people who love you and respect you as the actor you are. I mean, we at the Nerd Cave, like I said, I know we mess with Zach, but we all enjoy your movies. We just hate that, not that fame is getting to you, but that this is happening. I mean, he needs to fix some things.
Now, looking on the Rock side, should he have posted on social media? No.
This is the battle of egos, and this is what I hate. I would rather it stay behind closed doors and they fix the solution instead of causing all this ruckus. And
getting on TMZ.
I was about to say, TMZ is when you go to Tatooine and you're in the bars with all the scum and villainy. That is TMZ.
That's where TMZ started.
Like I would wait for the Arrow to come on CW, and I would have to suffer through like the last. And I would just myself for watching, and don't get on TMZ. Don't let them bloodsuckers, the vampires, destroy what is a good franchise. And what usually is a good friendship between The Rock and Vin. It's just, stupid. I would rather people
communicate with each other. I think that's the biggest thing, and something I've had to learn recently is communicating with people is a way to solve problems a lot quicker than you holding it in and then blowing up on them, if it be it social media or be it to their face.
Exactly.
Address it right away and fix it.
Because you could have something that happened, 3 or 4 months ago, and then, they do something minute that would not bother, and then that's the last straw that broke the camel's back, and you just go freaking crazy.
Yeah, and that's not the way to handle any type of business. So always communicate. If it's your friends, if it's your family, if it's the people that you work with, communicating is key. So there you go. Yeah, we have learned that. I wanted to take a minute and thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. And I wanted to take a special shout out to Nick Caputo for supporting us at the $15 level. $15 and up gets you a special shout out. But thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting us. And guys, if you want to check this podcast out early on Mondays, go over to patreon.com. For $5 you can get the early access audio. For $10 you get the early access video. Or if you can't afford that, throughout the week we just segment it up, and on Fridays you get the full version video version and the iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, and all of that.
The audio format on many different.
Yeah, all the plethora of things. And also, if you only have $1 to throw us, just throw that $1 and you get a bonus episode of the Nerd Cave podcast. And this month's episode was worth that $1.
I mean, we started off, light, but then we were just kind of, unburdened our soul of what we want to, finally accomplish. So, I mean, even if it's $1, and it's not like we're gonna, $1, then it goes up. No, I mean it's $1 a month, and I mean if you don't have $1 one month, I mean you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But
throw it that way.
I mean it's not like when you put that $1, we're gonna give you just let's just give them this episode. No, I mean it's an episode that we
put some thought into our episodes. Any episode we do, we put thought into. And if, for some odd reason, you join 3 months down the road, you get 3 episodes and you get all the other stuff. Everything adds on each other. So if you want to, check us over at patreon.com/nerdcave and support us there. And thank you once again for all the people that are supporting us on Patreon. And without you,
Robbie
wouldn't smile.
And y'all love my smile.